understand that you are so powerful that the thoughts that are going through your head make it your reality. So right now, if your reality is that you suck, you're not beautiful, you're not strong, you're not courageous, you can't keep a promise, all these different things, and you're believing it to be true. So you wake up and of course you feel exhausted. You wake up, you feel like, you can't catch a break. You wake up and you see what I'm saying? Like that has created your reality. The information that we are consuming is what ultimately can pull and sway on our emotions and our mind and our well-being. So if you find yourself easily frustrated with what you're seeing, if you find yourself overwhelmed with the amount of technology or whatever you're consuming, if you start finding yourself agitated very easily, it's just time to unplug for a little bit and maybe getting a little bit more disciplined with your downtime. And it's to help you not feel so bogged down. And another thing, the information that we are consuming, does it really benefit us from continuously going onto Google and looking up certain symptoms? I don't know. It could be anything from horoscopes to diagnoses to, all these different things. Like, do we really need to consume that much information? And then just asking ourselves, like, is this benefiting us or is it putting us more in a place of fear? Finding ways to simplify how we perceive things, because if we're going to continue to look at what we see on television and not understand all of the different parties that are involved, which we don't know who's involved, what this is really for, is this true, is this not? There's just a lot of one-sidedness going on, and so I can't take everything at face value. What you see sometimes isn't exactly all that's going on. So my hope for this conversation is for us to, really question what is it that we're seeing and not take it so personally and be living in a state of fear. This is taking away the quality of your life. It is putting us in a space of not creating because you're so bogged down by everything. The weight of the world is on your shoulders and it's just time to lighten up a little bit. Going back to the thought process behind our words and our thought patterns, really just like taking time to monitor what's coming in and not so much analyzing it, like, because some thought patterns come in like chaos, or thought patterns of like questioning your worth, questioning your validity, your credibility, your body, all these different things that come in and throughout your mind throughout the day. And just like taking time to, we don't have to combat it, hear it, and choose the opposite. Choose to hear it and say, thank you. Thank you for trying to keep me safe, but I've got it from here. And that's been really huge, to take action on things that light you up. And so I can give you an example. If things are ruminating in your mind throughout the day, to the point where you're just feeling exhausted. You wake up, you feel exhausted. You go to bed feeling exhausted. You just feel like you just can't catch up, can't catch a break. And all of a sudden a week has gone by. Of course you're going to work. Of course you're seeing your loved ones and things like that. But like at the base, the foundation of things, if that's how it's going right now, it's okay. It's okay. Just take some time to be aware of that's what's happening right now, and understand if those thoughts and that amount of focus can have that much power over you. Can you imagine what it would be like if you were to switch those thoughts and really focus and hone in on what lights you up, and maybe goals or big shifts in your life? If you really wanted to, that would completely change your life, and you'd be able to do it like a switch, like a light switch. And so understand that you are so powerful that the thoughts that are going through your head make it your reality. So right now, if your reality is that you suck, you're not beautiful, you're not strong, you're not courageous, you can't keep a promise, all these different things, and you're believing it to be true. So you wake up and of course you feel exhausted. You wake up, you feel like, you can't catch a break. You wake up and you see what I'm saying? Like that has created your reality. So if that is the case, that means you're super powerful and you are super courageous and all these different amazing things about you. And that's okay that you don't believe it just yet. But understand that that's what you're creating right now. That's what you see right now. That's why when you look in the mirror, you don't recognize yourself. That's why when you are out and you see people smiling and jumping and laughing, that you feel like you're so detached. Because it's not true. That's why it irks you. It feels icky. Your throat might feel locked up. Your stomach might be churning. You might just be gripping on by the bare, just by the chair, by the hair of your chin. You're just gripping onto life. You're just trying to hold on. You can't even deal, and it's all because of the beliefs. And so if we were to just have one grain of hope for the future, you would understand that it's going to pass. And are you willing to make a decision? Make a decision to try something new. Because if you are at rock bottom right now, if you are feeling like, what is the point if I'm going to just feel like this? It's just time to make a choice. And what is that choice for you? I'm going to choose me. I'm going to stop investing my time and energy in things that don't fuel me. Trying to fix everyone, trying to save everyone. It could be from people from the other side of the world, that bleeding hearts feeling that you have, this empathetic feeling that you have. It's not a weakness. It's a power that you have, but you have to be able to have those boundaries, that you're not just pouring it to everyone except for you. And that's another question I have. Why are we so easily able to give so much of our time, our energy, and our resources to others, but when it's time to help ourselves shine, we push it to the side? We push it to the side and all of a sudden it's a week later. We push it to the side and then all of a sudden it's a month later. And then, your body reflects it, your mental space reflects it, your heart reflects it. So just having that discipline, and discipline isn't scary and it's not something to fear. It is self-love. It is a revolutionary power that, instead of hyper-focusing on my partner and their well-being, or instead of hyper-focusing on everyone else's state of being, I'm going to focus on mine right now. And you have to trust that when you pour into yourself, that you are then able to provide more love and care to the ones that you're trying to help. This entire time, you're telling me that I could have helped everyone around me had I just been focused on bettering myself. And you want to hear from society what they say about this kind of this revolutionary, rebellious act of self-care, that you are selfish. We've heard for years that we are supposed to really, give everything that you have to others, and that makes you a good person. You're supposed to give all the clothes off your back for others because that makes you a good person. Meanwhile, living a life of self-loathing and really just depreciating yourself, I don't think that's what it's all about. So these are just thoughts, And I'm just hoping that whoever is watching this, that is going to take some time for themselves and really take some time to monitor the thoughts that they are thinking on a daily basis. And this is not to analyze them, because sometimes they don't make sense, the thoughts that are coming. They are just passing through, and we don't have to relate our self-worth to them, and we don't need to rationalize them, and we don't need to coddle them and be like, oh, but if it's a thought of you're ugly or you're not worth it, you don't have to be, oh, but I am beautiful, but you are worth it. No, we don't need to do that. Thank you for trying to help me. I've got it from here. Thank you. I've got it. Over and over and over again. We really do have to find a way to chip away at those things and just watch how your boundaries come up, and your thought patterns. I'm telling you, when you're not focused on the chaos that's going on in your mind, you're able to then create more. Then you have more space and compassion and love for everything and everyone around you. Everything as in the plants behind you, the mountains around you, the sky above you, the person that cuts you off on the freeway. And that's what it's all about, right?